Yeah, shit, man.
I've been here 2 weeks.
Oh yeah, did you see any spaceships?
Well, there's a hotel over here that's really cool. It's an old, like, adobe style.
Yeah.
And I'm on my bike, and I'm trying to stay safe off this road, on this road.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It is a cool place.
Really?
You've been to the museum? They have a city museum with Robert Goddard stuff. They got the tower he used to train up here. And then they've got, I've been there once before, the Alien Museum, which is kind of cool.
Okay.
And I got there's a real good coffee shop down here, the Stella Coffee.
Right down this road?
By the Alien Museum, yeah, right across the street.
How far?
I walked there the other day, it took me a damn hour. But you go past the military school, we pass it over. In the car, it ain't far.
Okay.
It's right over there where all the crap is, all the shit, all the crap you don't need, you know.
Yeah, this side of the street or that side?
This side.
Okay.
And the Alien Museum's on the right.
Okay. Thank you. You believe that alien stuff?
I don't, probably not, but there's a slight thing, but for the most part, no.
Yeah, that's what I think.
But it does bring people here, you know.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it? Still.
And I haven't seen Oppenheimer yet, but at the Alien Museum, it talks about, I'm from North Carolina, it talks about one of my fraternity brothers, Gordon Gray. And Gordon Gray is really interesting. He was head of his class. His father was head of R.J. Reynolds, Bowman Gray. Airport's named after him. They grew up rich. Top of his class in Carolina, Yale Law School, practiced law, bought a radio station and newspaper, state senator. World War II came. He got on that bus as a buck private.
Really?
7 years later, he was Secretary of the Army. He was National Security Advisor. He advised or was on the cabinet from Truman all the way to Ford. And then in '52, when our head of our university system went to the Senate, he was head of North Carolina University System.
Oh, wow.
He did it all.
But
he was humble. He got on that bus as a private.
Richest
family in the state. They had a 60-room house he grew up in. It's public. The next house to the Biltmore. But where are you from?
I live about 90 miles east of Atlanta now, but I'm from Detroit.
I love the Henry Ford. That's my favorite museum.
Oh, do you really?
I've been there twice.
Yeah, I'm from there. I had to go there every year for a school field trip.
I love the.
Do you really?
The Henry Ford, yeah. Don't you like the Henry? I mean, that's
we got forced to go there whether we liked it or not.
That's a man's museum.
Yeah.
The Henry Ford is a man's museum.
You like that, huh?
Well, that's my favorite museum. I never got to go to the village, but I did.
Oh, you ought to go up there. That's no big deal.
I want to go one.
You can make it up there in about 14 hours.
Is near Savannah, or where are you?
Crawfordville. No, only 90 east. Savannah's quite a bit further east.
There's a museum in Savannah.
You know where Augusta is?
Yeah, I've never been there. I know.
40 miles west.
Okay. Savannah's really pretty. I never got to stay. I just kind of passed through. And my son lived in Charleston for a while, and that'd be nice if he went back to Charleston.
Yeah.
That'd be real tip-top, you know.
Yeah.
I'm taking over. I worked in schools for 4 years as an assistant teacher and a bus driver at an alternative school. And now I'm taking over my son's flying position on citation. I'm going to try to fly again.
I'm a pilot.
Oh, you?
Yeah. No big deal. I got about 2,300 hours. I had a Cherokee 6, Tri-Pacer, 172, 182, and I had an Aerostar for about 6 months.
The Aerostar, that's the real slick one.
I didn't have the good one, though, the Ted
That's the real slick one.
Yeah, it's a nice airplane, but they're still around.
I had a student with a Mooney that didn't have good sense. And he was going to trade that Mooney because the Mooney's a valuable plane for an Aerostar, which is, he said, I can get an Aerostar. And we had a guy at Charlotte that I was teaching, but he's got 135. And I had him scared the shit out of him, and I saved his life.
Probably
I
did.
guarantee that fucker would have died.
No, absolutely right. That's true.
He didn't have good sense.
No, exactly.
But if you didn't, they say that plane didn't have any rudder on it. It had a real thin-ass rudder. It didn't have enough rudder, right? And that one of the propeller spun. It didn't have a slipstream.
Yeah.
And then there were kids on it, right? There were speed kids.
Yeah.
A lot of them. They went real fast with those kids.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, I went years ago. I got on a plane in Richmond, I think it was, and I interviewed at U.S. Czech. They didn't hire me.
U.S. Czech. I know them. I know them. Jerry Mercer started it. Out of Columbus.
Yeah.
Jerry Mercer started it. Yeah, he used to fly the VD jet at air shows. Okay. It's in the aviation.
I heard. I never got to see that. That's cool.
Jerry Mercer. Look it up. It changed names.
Yeah, actually, when it went public, I was at UPS.
He was gone by then. It was already heading south because of electronic
The
imaging.
reason I bought it, the stock, is I'd flown checks in the Teterboro.
Yeah, right. What?
And with the exact jet.
Oh, you
The
did?
Federal Reserve contract.
Which Lears?
35s.
Okay.
And they ate my lunch, okay? And then I ended up at UPS for 14 years, and I washed out on the Airbus, and I just fucking gave it up.
What'd you fly for them?
I was an engineer on 72 DC-8, and I had 3 attempts on the A300 and didn't
What
make it.
happened there?
It ate my lunch. So now I'm in the citation. That's a easy.
Which citation?
It's a 560. It's the Ultra, I think it is.
Okay.
Number 803.
Okay.
And we had a funny back. I got a friend that's a FedEx, who was a mechanic, and came out. When my boys left the key, they swapped up, and Ben left the key in the door and took off. So it made a mess. They lost the key that way, and I called my friend. I've been calling up to try to help him find it. I called my friend at FedEx, and Tony said they need to man up and tell the boss. I said, we don't fucking ain't got call. We're not that kind of people.
Yeah.
We're gonna fucking buy a key and stick it on there.
Yeah.
And but anyway, and another buddy of mine flies corporate, and they had a pilot leave with the key. The situation wasn't good, so he got keys changed, and he said those keys are fucking laser cut. They're expensive.
Really?
There's a company that makes those keys for Cessna, Medco or something.
Yeah. How much?
They're really expensive.
Like how much?
Like he thinks. Glenn said he had to guess it's probably a little bit over 150. But
Wow.
It's been a while back. But there ain't no cheap keys. And you go into the locksmith, it's got 3 little things. It looks like this, and nobody's got it. It ain't like you can go to Lowe's and get a key.
Right.
But it didn't go in the engine, but it made a hell of a banging. And when they landed, it was the key there. And every time the boss comes, we keep the door. But he can't see because it messed up. It looks like a crater's around it.
No kidding.
It made a mess. I mean, a 150-mile-an-hour key it makes a mess. By
Yeah.
the way,
Yeah.
But Tony, I love what he said. They need to man up. I said, fucking, they ain't got caught. You man up when you get caught.
Right. Yep.
But, you don't man up when you got away with it. But it was a swap of seats. And my son, he doesn't like to study. He got his commercial, too family. And I used to tell him I was with some of those special needs flights. And then he went out, he had some friends, and he got hired as a loadmaster for this outfit he didn't know what they were doing on the Navajo. So he logged the time, and then he got hired in Florida with 500 hours time, and he was doing VFR 135 in the Navajo going to St. Thomas and Keys.
I know a guy ran out of gas in the Navajo and killed himself.
Oh my God.
Flying film, when they were developing film.
I flew film for Walmart. Did he fly for Walmart?
No, he flew for an outfit out of Michigan.
Well, you're talking about
back where they'd Walmarts, those places.
Well, see, Walmart had
Walgreens, drugstores.
Walmart had the 1-day guarantee.
Yeah, that's what it was.
So I flew out of Raleigh.
He was flying from Michigan to Kokomo, Indiana.
I flew from. They had a Tifton, Georgia, had a processing. I only went there one time. One time I had to go to Tifton, something went wrong. But I normally flew to Columbia, and Greensboro flew to Columbia. I flew Raleigh, and then from there a truck took it to Tifton, because they were kicking anybody's ass with the 1-day guarantee for film.
Right.
Nobody, the little mom and pop pharmacists didn't have a chance in hell.
Right, yeah.
But I go to Stella in the morning. There's a guy, Henry, that's from around here, and he takes his day. He doesn't work without the lunch, and he knows everything around here. My wife's coming into the month, and he's going to point me in the right direction. I don't know. But there's evidence on everything. And there's a lot of good things to do.
Yeah, there is. That place is good.
This place, this is Main Street, and then 2nd Street is the other main artery. 2nd Street.
Yeah.
Take a right on 2nd as an ex-Marine crew chief. I think his name's Mike. He's good friends with my son. And he's got the Perkin jerk, coffee and jerky.
Oh, okay.
There's nobody in there.
Yeah.
He get jerky himself.
That's good Mexican food right there. Excellent.
Well, I've only been to 3 Mexican places so far. I think that my friend says that they're all from different regions.
Yeah, probably.
But up here,
Yeah.
And now the store over here, the grocery store up here, the farmer's market, which is up there, farmers or whatever, they take chilies, and they slow down now, but they got this big gas burner, and they spin them around, and they have, I didn't know this, they have mild, medium, and hot. And and I got some miles and took them home. But they burn them, and different restaurants order them.
Really?
I guess they're better than what they got this big barrel. And the other stores down here, he said they put that up at night down there.
Wow.
They put that up at night, but but it's a seasonal thing.
Yeah.
And I think the different flavors are seasonal, but they don't do that year round. But right now at the farmers market, the farmers, they burn those chilies.
Yeah.
And it's a homemade drum.
Yeah.
With a cage. It's got gas flame blowing in it.
Yeah.
And it's pretty. That's always special order.
Oh.
They usually take a bag of chilies and send them to somebody.
Yeah.
But I just took mine and put it in the toaster oven. It worked.
They good?
They weren't too hot, and they had a good flavor too. I don't like something real hot.
Yeah.
But
hey, how'd you get your ratings?
I was a stockbroker at 20. I got Army at 27. I hated it. And I was about 29. I started just getting my stuff civilian, and then I got stuck teaching flying lessons forever.
Yeah, it sucks.
Then I flew twin Cessnas for 6 months, and I flew Lears from coast to coast with checks for 23 months. And a friend of mine was a journalism major, and he ended up being Fritz Holland's press secretary. And the girl that used to work with Fritz was UPS's public relations head, so that's how I got it. Most of the guys that flew checks didn't get picked up as easy as the commuters.
No, you're exactly right. That's right. They looked at him like cowboys breaking rules.
They kind of had to be.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
But I got on UPS. I was there 14 years, and I wish I'd kept on it, but I bought the stock for it in public. I did. That was good too.
Good for you.
And
you fly recreationally at all?
well, I went. My boy was getting this stuff, so I started studying again and flying with him a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I flew twice last year in a Grumman Cheetah. You ever fly Grumman
Yeah.
Cheetah?
You know, they used to say,
Shopping cart.
Yeah, they used to say if you crashed one, you'd break your back because of the way the wing was configured with the fuselage.
I never heard that.
Yeah, I read about it twice.
Well,
I haven't seen one in 30 years.
Well, the fuel tank, there's a bunch of them around Charlotte. The fuel tank is part of the rigidity of the wing.
And you could fly with the windows slid
Well, we
back.
did that. We did. It's nice. It flies good.
Yeah, yep.
But when you lose an engine, you pop it back.
Yeah.
You don't want to leave it shut. But then this year I got it in 172 twice, and the schedule was tight. And finally, when school got out, I got my ass busy, and I got my BFR and my instant composite check, which took a long time, by the way.
No, I haven't been current in 20 years.
It took a hell of a long time.
I bet it did.
They worked me hard, which they needed to.
How was the airspace
Getting
part?
a sign-off ain't fun.
No.
Now, my FedEx buddy.
How was the airspace part?
That's easy. That's all, the knowledge I had because I was working with my kids.
Yeah, but they changed
I would
all
ask
that
my
shit.
kids questions, and then he wouldn't have the answers. I was ahead of him.
Yeah.
But one thing he did, he made 2 mistakes. One was that key, since it's been flying. The other mistake he made is he was on the Navajo SIC, but it was his leg. See, the Loadmaster, he wasn't supposed a long time because they never had the program. But he went ahead and lost, but nobody's looked now.
Right.
But this company really didn't have that together. And they also didn't get the 135 certificate. He was flying illegally. They were flying medical stuff around, and they told the pilots that they were doing it they're doing it for free. There's no way that was true.
Right.
And the captain, Ben was a loadmaster, so since he was a loadmaster, he couldn't be violated. You can't violate a loadmaster,
Right.
he's not a private crew.
Right.
And the captain, they'd be terrible,
Yeah.
And so they taken off at a 5,000-foot runway. The engine quit, and he looked at the RPMs. That's the wrong thing to fucking look at. And I asked him about the manifold pressure. He said, "Daddy, I never thought of that." And he said it took him forever to get out of there. He said he left it running because he had RPMs. Well, that was a mistake because the RPMs ain't nothing. The engine, if you got RPMs, that's drag. But he looked at the RPMs and said he doesn't like to study. I said, "You need to study more, man." And I said, and when I told him that, he knows it now.
Yeah.
But he came back this summer when I was flying the Warrior. We had a really clean lease.
Which engine that Warrior have in it?
160. And a guy bought it for his kid to learn to fly.
Yeah.
And he could do an 80. He could ride off.
Couldn't you get a 180 in those? They
That
call
was a
it.
different plane. That's an Archer.
No, there was
A 180 is an Archer.
160. But those 160s those Warriors were kind of fast.
The Cherokee 140 had originally had a 150 horse, but people upgraded them to 160. Same motor.
Okay.
And then the
How you doing?
Archer is the 180 version of the Warrior, but maybe a little bit longer. But it's I can't remember.
They were quick for that
The
horsepower.
Archer had the 180 because a friend of mine has a guy that has one he wants to sell for 120. And Glenn said he needed to get more than that for his work on it. That's all I want's 120.
It's crazy what they're getting for these old airplanes.
Oh, but this guy bought that Warrior. It's real clean, too clean for a flight school. And his son's getting his ratings. And if he puts gas in it and doesn't tell the IRS, hey, they got here.
Yeah, I know it.
Like that.
He didn't know any better.
Well, they don't know to get hurt, do they?
Nope.
But my kids made it anyway. But anyway, if you ride it, you can appreciate.
Hey, Jeannie.
You can almost.
Hey, Caroline.
You can almost appreciate it anytime.
Yeah.
And he can do his records and play gas. And the IRS never looks anyway. His son could get his 250 hours for gas.
Oh, really?
Now, that's not, if the IRS did an audit, that wouldn't fly.
Yeah.
But you know, you're supposed to rent from yourself at a percentage of fair market value.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to take the plane for free.
Right.
But if he did it over a 3-year period, he'd get away with it. You know?
Yeah.
And we flew that plane. It was really clean. It had a few parts, but it had a brand new engine and it had a paint job that looked like new. And you pull it up in a Warrior, it looked good. You pull up in a Cessna, I don't care. You just don't look good in a Cessna.
Yeah.
It don't look good, does it?
Right.
So we pull up in that, you go to the beach, and his friend wanted to go flying. And it was real hot. They didn't like climbing, but other than that, it flew good. And but that plane's been getting 100 hours every month.
No way.
I went on vacation. My wife's flight attendant. We went to Europe. I got back, and that plane was there. It wasn't there when I left. And it was easy to get.
Yeah.
And about 3 weeks later, it was full. I mean, people started flying it.
Yeah.
People had to switch
How much
over.
they getting an hour for that?
I think the 172 is a 150 with the $8 fuel surcharge, and I pay $1,000 down to get 10% off. But it's still real money.
Okay.
It ain't cheap.
Right. No, it's not.
It ain't nothing cheap.
No, it's
about
crazy.
it.
No, flying's expensive, and it's going to be just like Europe over here.
I don't know. Yours more expensive than we are.
I know, but look how it's changed in the last 20 years. Before, you could be
I never paid a landing fee. I've heard it. If you go into Charlotte now, you got to pay at the FBO.
Go down to Mexico, man. They'll get you for those landing fees. They don't want $1,000 to let you take off. Fuck yeah, I wouldn't go down there for all the money in the world.
Yeah.
No way.
One of my problems is the technology. It's the full flight and the iPad.
The iPad's handy. I never used one.
I learned
It
that.
helps.
Well, it's wonderful.
It took them forever to get it approved,
Well,
especially on big airports
I
with runways.
I got to be able to navigate around it and get back to what page quickly. But the other thing is the FMC, which I learned once before. But Ben took me in. We played with the FMC, but before I got here,
We got a lot of good videos on YouTube for that.
I know, but they don't look as good as doing it. But we played with the FMC, and he filed a flight to Dallas and played. And then we get in the plane that Monday with the captain, and we can't clean it out of the flight plan. He had to go in independent mode, and he still doesn't do we lost a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
It just, and the UPS, the one we had, we would clean it up first thing, but this one's supposed to clean up automatically when you come in. So all that technology is great if you know what you're doing, but if you're getting by, it ain't
I
great.
know.
It
No,
ain't
yeah,
great
you're
then,
right.
you know.
No, you're right.
But I remember we don't have auto throttle, but the UPS on the Airbus, it would tell you how it would do your speeds for you, and you would give it like 80 was when we had an index for cost, and 80 was not balls to the wall, not back.
Yeah.
A lot of you fly around 8. Most airlines fly around 8. If you're in a rush, you can speed it up. But I think 100 is as slow as you can go, and 0 or whatever, 10 is the faster. And it would do the throttles, tell you when to start your descent. It would say something drag, like you were too high. It would say drag, add drag or something. The drag light would come on, and then it would. If it told you to hold at some VOR, you'd slow it up, and it would tell you how much fuel you had. It'd tell you how long you could hold. If they said hold at Savannah VOR, it would tell you
Yeah, right.
if you had an hour's worth of fuel. UPS, UPS always had fuel. But these other guys, these airlines, they don't have much fuel.
No, they don't.
We were going to Dallas one time when I was trying to get checked on the Airbus before I didn't make it. And there was ATC comes on. We're heading east, heading west of Dallas. I forget where we came from. It was daytime, so one of the cities like Atlanta or something. And they told us to expect hold or hold, because there was thunderstorms out there. And so it was on the way. You know, it was a fix on the way. And then the next thing, American came on and said, "How long do we expect?" And they said 20 minutes. And American said, well, we call it bingo when you go on and ask. American said, "We'll take San Antonio." 20 minutes.
Yeah, I know.
And UPS,
no, they don't carry around much fuel.
UPS didn't dick around. We didn't dick around on getting somewhere at UPS. We spent the money to get there. We never had if somebody told us 20 minutes, that would never happen.
What do you think got you on that A300? Technology?
One of the things that got me is I was always too high. I was talking to my captain here. I always missed my glide slope because I was too high. And the other day, Don did the same thing. You got your localizer. You come around, you got your localizer, you're too high, and you miss your glide slope, you're screwed. I did several approaches with no glide slope while I whipped on down to try to get to it or whatever. And when things start out shitty out here, they kind of They kind of continue.
Yeah.
And but Don flies. Don's done a little of everything. He was a check airman in Allegiant. He took 2 years off. His mother passed away, and he's a mechanic too. He's highly qualified. But he basically goes autopilot under 500 feet, and he uses his own final 500 or 1,000, cuts it off, and that's it. And around here, every time I've flown, it's been during the day, and this place is bumpy as shit, all this desert.
Really?
I guess it's heat rising.
Yeah, but you think...
every time I've flown, it's been sometime around 8 or 10, it gets better. I've been bumpy at 8, but you get on up there, and then he said, I asked him how high when it stops, and he says, you always look at the cloud layer. He says, you get that first cloud layer out of the way, and it gets better. He says, usually, sometimes it's bumpy up to it's not like down east where we got cool trees. We got this desert, the heat radiates off this desert.
Yeah.
And then, finally, it hadn't been bad a couple times, but climbing out, it could be rather bumpy compared to down east.
Yeah.
It's noticeably more bumpy.
Yeah.
And that citation, it takes a bump better than that 172.
What are they doing with that citation? What are they using it for?
Rich guy getting around.
Really? What's he do?
I think he makes money.
Okay. All right.
I think, but I don't know if he made his money or had money.
Yeah, right.
He's worth $100 million, and when he goes somewhere, he goes from here.
Yeah, right. Yep.
He can go. He don't like damn. But he pull up, he gets in the plane and goes where he wants to go, when he wants to go. And,
yeah.
And I mean, that's one of the things about being rich. Is you can go.
It's true.
Have to fly to them.
Right.
You don't need to go.
Yeah. You're right. Yep.
And he's on plane. He's mid-70s. He's had planes since he's 30s.
Hey, Flub. Oh wow.
But yeah, go down tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go down there and go down. What's your name?
Cooper.
Oh, Tom Reed. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
So you taught school?
Hey, good luck to you.
You taught school?
No, I didn't. Nope. I was. I just flew for my own pleasure.
Okay.
I was a private detective my whole life.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. 40 years.
Were you able to ever get any flying time on the job and write it off as business?
Oh hell yeah.
I
wouldn't do it now though.
When I was in Charlotte,
they're all over that shit.
I had a friend that was a private detective, and he paid us. He actually went to my hometown, the next town over. He was doing a workers' comp for somebody.
Yeah, that's where the money's at.
Well, we flew him. He gave us, we chipped in. He paid, and we took him in the. I took him in the Cherokee 180 or the 140.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. 180.
I took him back in the.
That's what I was thinking of. The 180.
I had a friend with a twin bonanza.
Yeah.
No, it was some kind of twin. But it wasn't a Baron. It was some kind of beach.
Yeah, Twin Bonanza. They made a Twin Bonanza.
It may have been something else. It was a funny name. There weren't many of them. It wasn't a Twin Bonanza. It was a.
They made a Twin Bonanza.
I know. They used to do jumpers in Rayford. Gene Paul Thacker, the original Golden Knight, used to use those with beat up things for junk.
Yeah, they're junk.
They were junk.
They looked old,
they were
brand
junk 35
new.
Years ago.
Yeah, they looked old.
This was not a Travel Air or what's a Traveler? A Traveler was a twin. It was a twin they didn't make many of. And this plane had a real bad reputation because it had 8 owners. And you could never get it fixed because no mechanic would fuck with it because they knew they'd never get paid on time. 8 owners don't pay good.
No.
I mean,
Did you mess around with
whenever,
it?
Whenever it broke, it set for weeks. Everybody had to, around the Charlotte area, in order to get it fixed, everybody had to pay first.
Yeah.
Because nobody would touch it.
Right. Did you ever mess around MU2s?
You know, I flew at Bank Air out of Columbia.
Yeah.
And they flew Lears, a few Lears with MU2s flying checks. And I rode in them a couple times, like when a plane deadhead or when a plane broke. And I got to fly, and it actually felt good.
Yeah, they're a hell of an airplane.
I mean, it was a solid feeling plane.
Yeah.
And my son disagreed the other day. We were talking about that, and Don. But I always heard that the guys that flew checks 4 nights a week
were the best pilots out there.
But they were safer.
Absolutely
their
right.
Safety record on MU2 was
Absolutely
fine.
right.
But the other people,
no.
The other people was terrible.
No, you could never stay current on it.
We had a guy that was a mechanic.
That's exactly right.
We had a Jimmy G. Gertzer, he's a Jewish guy.
Hey, Blue. The Jewish guy?
Jimmy G was an older guy, and he worked at the 135 operation. He was also a mechanic.
Yeah.
And he was older, and he was doing a maintenance test flight in Columbia at Bank Air on the MU2. And
kill him?
No, they shut the engine down and couldn't get it back up, and it was extreme gusty winds, and it crashed. And there was a mechanic there that he had the wires jaw. And Jimmy G.
He lived?
They both lived.
Unbelievable.
He and the mechanic both lived.
Wow.
But it was about a year before they got fixed.
No, I believe it.
I mean, they were fucked up.
Yeah, I believe it.
And then Jimmy G did that. And then Bank Air also had, you may know this, they had they at some point in time before I was there, I wasn't there for 6 months, they had a MU2 that went to Beaufort, South Carolina. And then from Beaufort, you would take off, and there was an airport. They basically, instead of doing the approach, they would take off and circle to the next airport. There was an airport right beside Beaufort. I can't remember what the name of it was. There were 2 airports over there.
Yeah.
And what they were doing is they were saying it was a circle to land from one airport to the next. How far? It really ain't. I don't think that really exists in the book, does it?
No.
But the traffic area is touched.
Right.
Or almost touched, maybe. And you stayed at 800 feet or whatever, and you circled. And one of the Bank Air pilots, this was before I got there, spun in on a circle.
Really?
He took off at Beaufort.
Probably tired.
And whatever the other airport was, I forget, but he spun in on that because you're down low and fast. And circling that MU2 probably wasn't fun, you know.
Yeah.
But he spun in and got killed. And then I flew 2 hours a day. I flew from Raleigh and back.
Yeah.
So they made me do dispatch for 4 hours at night at 5. I went from midnight to 4 or 5 to 5.
Yeah.
And I was dispatching, and one of my jobs was hooking up and unhooking the MU2. And about 2 years before I was there, the guy ran into the prop.
Walked into it?
Well, he was running back from unhooking. He didn't see it. He was trying to be quick, you know, to get the signal.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
Well, they said what happened is it pulled him in.
Not a flight idle.
It pulled him into the, no, that MU2 made was noisy shit. It just been crashed.
Yeah, Garrett engines.
It killed him.
Oh, wow.
But it pulled him in. Instead of just cutting him, it pulled him into the prop. And I never thought about hitting a prop, but it pulls you in.
But that's those Garrett engines, you know, they run at those high.
And it was real loud. Yeah,
real loud. They're the loudest engines there are.
That happened. So Bank Air had the guy in my job that died, and then they had the guy circling.
Yeah.
And then they had the crash. It was a maintenance test flight, but he shouldn't have ever done a maintenance test. He should never shut an engine off in those kind of winds. That was stupid.
Yeah.
And that mechanic was an older guy, one of the nicest guys. He took it well, but he was really fucked up. I mean, I don't know, one of them had the jaw wired. I think it was a mechanic. I can't remember now. But back when I left, he was just coming back to visit or something. I mean, he wasn't even working. I mean, and Jimmy G never.
It's amazing they lived.
He never flew. He was kind of old anyway.
Yeah.
It's amazing. But it was a crash. It was basically a gusty crosswinds and an engine out landing.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't smart. You know.
No.
I mean, we all do things that aren't smart.
Yep.
But we're supposed to learn from them and not do them again.
Yeah, that's it. Yep.
And well, Cooper's the name. What's your name again?
Tom Reed.
Tom. Okay.
Good talking to you. I'm going to go to that coffee shop tomorrow.
Is your wife with you?
No, she's just divorced her.
Oh, so you just by yourself. Well, hang around. We'll hang around.
I'm getting out of here in the morning. I'm heading back to Atlanta, but I'm going to go down to that coffee shop you told me.
This Henry up there, if he's hanging around, he gets in there about 10 or so.
Okay.
He knows all the stuff to do around here.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here.
I'm
going to hit the road. I do a lot of photography.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have you photoed all the aliens?
No, fuck that. I think that's a bunch of bullshit. There are none. Nah, fuck that too.
Well, if you go on 2nd Street.
Yeah, I don't believe in that alien shit.
On 2nd Street, there's a real pretty silo, I think. Let me show you what it is. I've been here today's Friday. I've been here 2 weeks. I was excited because my son was making $145,000 a year because he's making my salary and his, but he really wasn't. He took me back to his day.
Good, yeah.
One day, you know.
Yeah, right.
I said, why don't you pay me on Monday and Ben can say he made,
yeah,
you know, he's 23.
Oh, good.
That's the car wash.
Oh, wow.
Over there.
Oh, everything's like, they're still carrying on with this bullshit.
Now that's Robert Goddard's, right down here on the right. That's the where he did the rockets.
Yeah.
And my friend said that von Braun came here.
Who's that?
The German, the head of NASA.
Oh, really? You don't believe in any of this alien shit, do you?
That's the key.
Oh, wow.
See, it's hard to copy.
Yeah. Hey, you don't believe in any of this bullshit, do you?
It is cute. That's me trying to fly. Like I say, it's been years since I've been in a jet. I got off the Lear in July of '96.
Yeah, you'll do fine. You'll come
back. That's a long fucking time.
It is. Yeah, you're right.
And one of the hardest things about the citation...
They can't get pilots.
You know the hardest thing... That's why I'm back. But listen, you know the hardest thing about the citation is? Getting in the fucking cockpit when you're my age.
Yeah,
it's a damn bitch. I mean, it's... But hold on. I went through this town in Colorado last week. Look at all these...
I'm in Roswell.
Look at all these restored buildings.
Oh, wow.
Look at that thing.
Yeah.
And that was brick, and there's a wood added onto. Yeah. This town got a grant.
Oh, yeah. I bet it was DDA.
Now look at this. I thought that was old. That's brand new. Doesn't that look like something old?
Yeah, I like the looks of it.
The beams were old, but all that.
I don't like the new look.
No, but that's a.
How long are you going to be here then?
I took his job. He left. Went to fly. He's going to be flying body parts and
organ
medical crews out of Richmond, and he'll get more flying.
Yeah, organ transplants.
Yeah. And then I'm staying to December. I'm going to try to get on the hospital, and hold still. I'll show you. I think this is pretty myself. But hold on. Yeah, that's right down here on 2nd Street. 2nd Street is a major street.
Yeah.
But see, then I don't know what that is. They use it for cookouts, but that has some.
I like the look of it.
That wasn't built for cookouts. That's some kind of that had a purpose.
Yeah.
And whether that bottom was metal or what, I've seen these around other places. Now across the street is a regular silo. I know what a silo is.
Yeah.
And then and look at this. This is at the coffee shop. You put hot water in, they beam up. If you put I would buy, but I'm not gonna waste $20. You put hot water in, it beams up.
Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna go down there tomorrow. Get a good coffee. What time?
Now this is the grocery store on the left.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks.
I'm trying to beat the heat.
Heat's a bitch.
I'm also trying to lose some fat, so I've cut out alcohol and sugar.
Take that shot you can get now.
No, that's next.
You'll lose weight like hell.
I may do, if I lose enough, I may do the freeze where you see this thing right here? That's what they do at the grocery store. They spin the peppers.
Yeah. And
it's a seasonal thing, apparently. But see these flames?
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
And then I got a bunch of alien pictures.
Oh, God. And, that's devil worship.
Oh, look at this. Read this.
Oh, yeah, like the habaneros.
Read what it says about your hands. Protect your hands.
Wow. Shit.
I have acid reflux, so I don't do hot food.
You can take that pill for you eat.
What pill is that?
Acid reflux, yeah. You can
I take Prilosec and I take Cinnamon.
That doesn't help?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
But what it really helps is losing weight and eating like I'm supposed to eat.
Yeah.
If I eat like I'm supposed to eat, I really don't have a problem.
Yeah, nobody does.
But if you don't eat like the whole world's taking medicine because you don't know how to eat.
Yeah, it's true.
There's my son in the Warrior.
Oh, nice.
That's a clean looking plane.
Yeah, it is. Nice, yeah.
It looks like, and we pulled up, there was a Cherokee 6 with the exact same paint job beside us. I don't know if it's a Saratoga, I forget which model it was. A different model.
Yeah.
But it had that same, they had the same stripes. Well, that's a factory paint job.
Yeah.
And I had a friend.
I like that.
I had a Delta mechanic that bought one of these new, and he passed away a few years back. He'd be 89 now.
Oh wow!
And I'm wondering that maybe there weren't many of those.
No, it's cool looking. Who made that?
Volkswagen.
Okay.
That's a Volkswagen van.
Oh, okay.
With a truck.
All right.
It's here's my toy.
Oh, that's nice.
Now
what's that? 68.
You may.
What year?
75.
Oh wow.
Mustang paint.
Oh, nice.
Now Ben has agreed. Ben, I don't really want to sell it, but Ben has.
How much? 10 grand?
Well, no, I paid 11 for it. I got about 18 in it.
Wow.
But a lot of repairs nobody cares.
Who insured it? Haggerty?
What's that?
Where do you get insurance for it?
I just have regular cheap insurance on it. I don't have anything fancy on it.
Okay.
A girl put up in front of me. I said, "Oh my God, with 15 by law is all you get from people, you know."
Yeah.
And it's worth that. But we got it sold. We got a buyer at 17. We made it in Savannah.
Yeah.
And I don't want to sell it in Charlotte because I don't want to see it right by.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I would too. Yeah.
But I don't know if I can get it in the garage clean out, but I'll drive it too much.
Yeah.
And it really is costly. I've got Toyotas and that thing costs twice as much on gas.
I know.
And no telling how much on maintenance.
It's a lot more fun to drive though.
It's way more fun to drive.
I know.
And it's cut off 11. It's left me stranded like 10 times.
Yeah. That's why you love it.
But we're getting better at it, you know. We're getting better at it.
All right. Well, maybe I'll see you down there tomorrow.
All the way back, or are you going to take your time? And
take my time.
Where else are you going to plan on stopping?
I'm gonna take this road. I'm gonna go up, cut eastbound. I want to skip. I took 40 out there. You know, I was out in Holbrook, Arizona.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to avoid all big cities. I want to see how you doing? Better be careful on that. I want to see. I like rural, small towns.
That's what I like too.
I don't want to go through these big towns.
Then was spring break. We went out.
That guy's got no lights on that fucking thing. Shit.
But Ben went to Tulsa. Was the boss has family there?
Yeah.
And spring break, we thought we were going to go to Durango. We were all excited.
Yeah.
So now we're going to Tulsa this weekend because he normally goes to Durango.
Yeah.
Which is high dollar, and Tulsa ain't.
Oh, it is. Durango's high dollar.
Yeah, Durango's really fancy. I think. I know. I went there last weekend, and I went up to Denver and saw my daughter. I didn't get to see it.
Yeah.
But apparently, it's fancy.
Okay.
But Tulsa, we got on Route 66, and I realized I've never been on it before.
The deal with that, it's a lot of it has been broken up.
Well, what I needed. We went and saw the whale.
Yeah.
And then coming back, there was the oil man or whatever it was.
Yeah.
But what happened is you can't stay on that road.
No. So take you forever.
You need to have some kind of navigation aid to keep you on Route 66. So it kind of every time it throws you on the main road, and you'll see signs. And so we missed that.
Yep.
And Tulsa was kind of nice. It wasn't my favorite place.
Yeah.
And but you probably I'm sure they make an app that keeps.
I don't give a shit about it that much.
But it's probably overrated.
I think so. I mean, it is now because it's not the same. They're just milking this last tourist dollar out of it. Yeah. Now, where I stayed out in Holbrook, Arizona.
I've heard of Holbrook.
That's the real legit 66.
Okay.
That wasn't something they switched.
Now you saw the teepees.
Right.
See, whoever did those teepees did one near Mammoth Cave. We lived in Louisville when I was at UPS.
I like Louisville.
Well, there's a teepee at Mammoth Cave.
Yeah.
And there was a couple out here. I think there's 2 left.
Okay.
And the one in Mammoth Cave, an Indian family owns, and they have issues with the moisture.
Oh.
And out here, it wasn't as big a deal, but the one in Kentucky, it's basically wire and rebar and some kind of stucco.
Yeah.
So moisture gets in. So they have moisture. But the one that we went to at Mammoth Cave, there was a wait. We never stayed. We went to the gift shop.
Yeah.
But there was always a wait list. They always stayed full.
Yeah.
And but apparently that thing was made. I've seen pictures of it when you made it. It was wire and steel and some kind of stucco material. And that's why it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yep.
It's just too much.
Yeah.
For you,
Yep.
And so what cities do you think you may go to?
Shit, I don't know. I'm gonna cut. What is this? 308 or something? I'm just heading straight east and avoiding all big cities.
I don't have a car. This is my car.
I've been through all these cities a million times, and I'm trying to find a new route. little towns, 300, 400, 500 people. I want to avoid.
Henry,
I've been to all these states so many times.
Hopefully Henry will be there because he knows. He's,
yeah, I'm gonna go in.
He's full of knowledge.
Yeah.
He's from here.
Yep.
And he told
but I'm getting out of here. I'm hitting the road.
some places to the way. He knows a lot of places.
Good. All right. All right. Well, you have a good night, man.
Yeah, I'll see you
Great
tomorrow.
talking to you. Good luck with everything.
Yeah, my new plan and my feet, my legs getting stiff. I need to. This job, you work about 10 hours a week.
Yeah.
And being at the airport and plane. Okay?
Yeah.
So I really don't have an excuse not to get in shape, do I?
No.
And my captain sleeps all the time. And I said, he said, he sweats too much. I said, well, you gotta walk some, you know?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna try to ride the bike morning and afternoon.
Yeah, you'll do it.
And then I'm gonna, I was hoping for a trip this weekend.
Yeah.
And he always gives us he gives us notice.
Yeah.
And we didn't get any notice. So this weekend, we're not going nowhere. Next weekend, we're going for 3 or 4 days in Rango. And we stay, my captain always gets cars.
Yeah.
And also, no other corporate pilots get cars.
Yeah.
And we stay in very nice places. And we do.
Yeah.
So it's not like if we go on the road, we kind of look forward to going on the road. You know?
Yeah.
He told me, Don told me when I first got here, he said it would probably go to the kitchen table and be a note in that hall. It has. I like it here. I've been enjoying this.
No, it's nice. Yeah, it's
no
beautiful.
note. I mean,
yeah.
But he started seeing the aliens everywhere. You know, everywhere.
That's bullshit.
But
all right, maybe I'll see you down there tomorrow. I'll buy you a coffee. Good talking to you.
Oh, it's on the left. There's a rocket.
Yeah.
You pass the courthouse.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful courthouse.
Okay.
And you've probably seen it. Right after the courthouse,
all right.
It's on the left. There's a little rocket in front of that Stella Coffee.
All right. I'm going to be there.
It's the best coffee shop in town.
All right. Thank you.
Perkin Jerk is coffee and jerky.
Okay. Good luck.
Nobody's in there.
All right. Good luck to you. Hey, Jeannie. Hey, Blue. Yeah, he does like to talk. Probably lonely. He just got back into flying. He's a contract pilot, which sucks. Yeah, hell of a nice guy. That's all right. I don't mind. Man, I think it's like 84 degrees or something. Nice. Roswell, they really get into this alien shit, which of course you can expect. You know, I didn't know too much about it. I looked it up, read it. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. But it happened in 47. They're saying it was a weather balloon. And then I think like somewhere in the 90s, it got brought up again. And it brought the economy back here. This alien shit's huge. I mean, look at this hotel. Everywhere you go, you can stand under a green light and take a picture. Yeah, it's a cool guy, nice guy. Yeah, he's a nice guy. Yeah, I thought he was a good guy. Oh yeah, they're really into this shit big time, man. This lady was telling me at the hotel, people from all over the world come here. I just ate at that restaurant. Excellent food. And she said it's unbelievable the people, where they come from, and they'll spend a week here doing this bullshit. It doesn't interest me at all, this alien stuff. I just, was heading east, southeast, and this is the way it worked out. It wasn't my destination. Yeah, I'm just partying, man. It's only 9 o'clock here. I normally, when I'm trying to get someplace, like when I went out there, I drive straight through, take a couple cat naps, rest stops, truck stops. So I drove straight through because I'm not sightseeing. But when I have all my cameras with me. My GoPro fucked me today. Corrupted a file. I couldn't use it. I don't care though. I got a lot of cameras. 3 Nikons, couple Sonys, like 5 video cameras. So I'm prepared. But when I go back, now as I'm heading back, I just head east, southeast. I've been in all these states so many times that it's hard to find places where I haven't been. So I look for like the 2-lane road heading east. And I'll just slowly, I've been all over through Mississippi, Oklahoma. I'm going to cut through Texas. I'm not sure if I'm going to go a little south and then cut up north to Atlanta. I think I will, because I'm just so sick of cutting straight east, being level with Atlanta. I've been down those roads a million times. Yeah, I'm having a good time. Yeah, I made good time. I got tired. I slept 2.5 hours in one place and an hour and a half in the other. My sleep schedule is still messed up. You know, it's well, it's only, I think it's 2 hours earlier here, not 3. Yeah, it's 9 here. I think it's 11 in Atlanta. But today I did a lot of, when I'm out here fucking around, if when your sleep schedule's like this out of whack, you're tired and you don't feel like doing shit. And I promised myself not to take the trip. And when I got out there, it's like, hey, you brought all this bullshit. You've got to force yourself to pull over when you see something cool looking, and don't dick around on the video. And I'm tired. You know how when you're tired, you don't feel like doing anything. And I did. Anything I thought was cool, I did infrared photography. Unless it wasn't set up right with a lot of vegetarian, vegetation. And then I do it in color. I did videos and fucked around. The videos that I upload, those are just in between doing like serious photography. So I took a lot of video and a lot of still pictures today, and I'm going to do the same thing going back. I'm not like driving by anything. Yeah, I'll show you that right here if you want. I've got 3 petrified rocks. I think I can't remember if it's 840 or 870. It doesn't matter, because this is a half-ton truck. These are all matching pieces. There they are right here. Right here. How you doing? 3 pieces. I got some pretty good moon video. It was dusty. There was like a dust storm, and the moon looks like white. Just was the condition out there. I got a lot of good driving videos. I like driving, like I like open spaces, the really good stuff. None of that is like uploaded. I know I'm obsessed about uploading videos, but my really good shit, I haven't uploaded any of it because I don't have a fast enough internet connection. It's all 4K video. Yeah, I had it loaded with a high low, yeah. Yeah, I had it loaded with a high low. And honestly, I noticed it a little not bad. What was surprising is, these car companies, the government's always on their ass to get better gas mileage, and about the only way left to do that now is by stripping weight. And, that's how, things have improved. They've got the engines and the exhaust down. But, I've got that extra weight, and it really hasn't affected my gas mileage, I don't think. Now, when I came out here, I did 85 whenever I could. I came up from Memphis through Birmingham, got on 40, and just hauled ass all the way to Holbrook. So I was able to speed like hell almost all the way. Where I don't think I want to speed like that with that 870 pounds in the back. And I'm on different roads anyway, but I don't think I'd feel too good. I wouldn't mind maybe on an open expressway, but if you had to make a swerve like a deer or a dog or something, I think you'd be in trouble with that weight in the back. Oh, thank you, Coda. You can kind of feel it. Like, how sometimes, like when you're out in these rural areas, even though the road's good, there's like bumps and like you go up and down. If you're light or you're in a car, you can feel it. People, if somebody was riding with you, they'd comment. But on this thing, with that weight, you can tell when it's bouncing down, there's a difference. So I'm not gonna, it doesn't matter though, because I'm taking my way back. I had a very low mileage day today. I headed south for quite a while. There's a canyon that I wanted to see where I should have been heading southeast. And now if you look at a map, I was in Holbrook, Arizona. I cut down through Snowflake and those places, and then I headed southeast. I still knocked out about 600 miles today, but they weren't efficient miles. Oh, thank you, Lakota. Oh yeah, I mean, I can. If you ever go, it's my opinion, but I'll tell you, New Mexico is a beautiful state. Like I would say, 250 miles of making my way eastbound on Roswell. I think it's 308 or 338. And the other road I was on was 60. Those were the only two roads that I took. And it's not that great. Some of it's okay, but 250 miles west, northwest of Roswell. I mean, when you're out where I was, like in Holbrook, I mean, it is stunningly beautiful. But this is more like what you'd expect Mars or Jupiter to look like. It's not that pretty here. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to push it coming back. It's just, it is heavy, you know. Now you wouldn't think those things weigh that much, but they do. I mean, I don't worry about them getting stolen, I'll tell you that. No, if I came down 180 south, and then I got on 60 and went forever until I got to this 338 or 308, whatever it is, and then I took it all the way to Roswell. Yeah, I mean, I'm not that interested in petrified wood, to be honest with you. I didn't know a damn thing about it until I got out there. And I spent all day with those people. And I read a lot about it on the internet and blah, blah, blah. It doesn't really interest me that much. To me, it all kind of looks the same. You know, it's like anything. What determines the difference in value is the minerals that were in the ground when it started its initial decay. And you'll see, like, beautiful colors. Those are kind of rare because of the conditions. And then a lot of it's just plain old, like, petrified wood, which isn't really that valuable. I think it's cool, but I don't think I'd want a petrified rock tabletop. I don't think I'd want one at the front of my driveway when you pulled in. They're like 400 million years old. Those ones I have are 400 million years old. I don't think the ones I have are that valuable, to tell you the truth. It depends. It's like anything. If you got a connection, you know, it's no problem. If you don't, you pay up the ass for it at a rock shop. Actually, my buddy bought, this is just a fraction of the collection he bought. This is what I inventoried was 300,000 pounds, which seems like a lot, which it is, but I did it all in 4.5 hours. Some of those damn pieces of petrified rock were 6 tons each. 6 tons. You believe that shit? Yeah, see, they just don't do it for me. I mean, they're okay, but I don't know. I don't know. I just, I quit collecting anything. Maybe that's the problem. But that shit's everywhere in Holbrook. I mean, everywhere. I mean, it is kind of cool. Reminds me of scallops. Yeah, these are 3 matching pieces. Kind of cool, isn't it? See, now this isn't really, I know I can tell you this isn't expensive. This doesn't really have that great a color. But this is Marty's buddy, actually. And he has these 3 pieces match his other piece. These all came from the same log. Well, not always, though, not always. There's not that much of it that's beautiful. And I'll tell you another thing, too. Like, they had all this stuff. I went into a couple of places that, been doing this forever. But take, like, this one where the light's shining on. They had ones that were maybe 1/4 of this size. Now, this isn't counting digging this shit out of the ground to begin with. Cutting it into these size pieces, which is a nightmare. And sizes that were like 1/4 of the size of that one, they had the times that it took to just polish the top. A lot of the tabletops, the tops are polished, but the sides are left like natural. And they had the times it took to polish. This is continuous polishing, like machines do it. And a small one is like 30 days of 24 hours, 7-day-a-week polishing, 30 days. Some of them were 45, some of them were 90 days. So you got to have an electric motor running something that polishes this shit. I mean, it's cool, it's fascinating, I think it's thought-provoking. This is a huge hole in the story of the Christians and the dinosaurs and the age of them, with regard to when the earth started in Genesis and blah, blah, blah. You know, I don't know on that. I don't know. I mean, I'll find out. But it seemed to me when I looked in places that had like top-notch shit, I'll send you some photos. If you're interested in it, send me an email and I'll send you the photos. Tom Reed, TOMREED, 1956 @gmail.com. I'll show you some finished products that'll blow your mind. I mean, tabletops like 30 grand, 35 grand, crazy. The good stuff they tend to make furniture out of. The mediocre stuff they make jewelry out of. And the bullshit stuff like this, you put it in your front lawn so people will know where to turn when they come to your house. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, but what I was going to say is I noticed in a lot of the top-end places where they were getting big bucks for this stuff, that walnut seemed to come up a lot. Walnut. Yeah. Yeah, if you send me an email, I'll send you the photos. I've got some good video too. And I'll also send you some links to some video I took that I didn't want to upload. I mean, this purchase is complete, but it wasn't complete when I did the video, and I just didn't want any bullshit to happen. You know, with somebody like trying to drive over there or something. So I'll send you a link, but some of the links that I'll send you, you're not going to see public. The only way you can view them is for me to send you a link. You're not going to be able to look on my videos and find them. But I did that by design. Yeah, I mean, it's pretty cool. You know, I'm telling you, man, I was a huge collector of all sorts of shit. Civil War letters, Abraham Lincoln letters, negatives, celluloid and glass, vintage maps, photo albums, just nuts. Marbles, I had vintage marble collections, handmade and machine made, and I just quit collecting anything, man. I'm free. It'll drive you nuts. You're never satisfied. Yeah, I mean, that's cool, and you know, it is, like I said, it's thought-provoking. And like here, you know, this is Roswell, New Mexico, and this is this big alien. I think that's all a bunch of bullshit too. Even if you read the explanation on Wikipedia, I don't know how anybody could come away with anything other than it's bullshit. But, you know, people are attracted to certain things, conspiracy theorists, and boy, this is just a primo target, you know? But the data and the people that said they saw it and the people that have been there, it just seems like the flimsiest bullshit evidence ever. But they want to believe it. So it keeps on going. Yeah, really, man. I'm not an expert at anything. I like just hit and miss, you know. I don't like planning. Like now, I know I'm going to head east, but that's about it. Oh, I got fucked on that divorce. 400 grand total. The attorney that I had said it's the worst decision he's ever seen by a judge. And anyway, I hired an appeals attorney today, like a top-notch appeals attorney. He's already had this judge overturned 4 times. I got fucked out all sorts of stuff I shouldn't have. I mean, I'm in too deep now to let it go. So I'm paying that motherfucker Tuesday and going for it. He told me, now of course they want to do the work. He said this is one of the worst he's ever seen. I don't know whether she didn't like me or she's a man hater or what. Yeah, fuck it. You know, I'll tell you, 10 years ago, this had been the end of the world. I'd have been storming around trying to get some fucking Prozac or Xanax or some fucking shit. You know, nothing bothers me that much anymore. I mean, highs or lows. And I'm 100% believer in karma. Honest to God, I am. And I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't make up false receipts, none of that bullshit. And she knows this is fucked up. And believe it or not, it doesn't bother me that much. I'm going to pursue it as much as I can. And if it doesn't go my way, well, it wasn't because I didn't prepare or got caught lying. And besides, my lifestyle's not going to change anyway. Yeah, I think, well, I'm fucked right now. You know, I have 30 days to appeal. And they said, well, I had a conference call with them today for 25 minutes. And at the end of it, he said, well, this is, you know, expensive and something to think about. It's like, I fucking thought about it already. Get moving. Do it. I want to do it. Yeah, you're in too deep. You know, I've already spent like fucking $38,000 on a goddamn lawyer. And what am I supposed to do? Walk away? This will probably be another fucking $30,000. But hey, all I can do is go for the home run. If I get fucked, I get fucked. But I'm willing to take the consequences no matter what happens. There's nothing I can do about it. This shit used to drive me crazy. Unfair, you know, crooked judge. I don't think that way anymore. But mainly I think it's because it's not going to change anything for me. Whether I get it or whether I don't. Yeah, I really feel that way. I really do. Like I said, if you told me, hey, you lost, and you know what? You owe $30,000 to a lawyer. You can't be going on the road anymore. You can't be sleeping in, watching porn late at night. You can't be eating out at these restaurants and getting this shit. Now we're getting into an area where it's starting to bother me. But as long as I just fuck around with bees and, you know, fuck around, I don't need to get some job. I'm happy, man. It's not affecting my lifestyle. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too much into the trying my best and, you know, I read these bullshit stories of people, you know, fighting. They get cancer and they're fighting. Man, if I get cancer, I'm going to fucking give up the day I get that shit. I read it depending on what kind, of course. I mean, you know, I barely fucking stayed alive healthy, let alone getting that bullshit. I'd fucking fold those goddamn cards the day I got the diagnosis. Hear these bullshit media story, what a tough fighter. This fucking person's 200 pounds overweight, smoked 3 packs of cigarettes a day, and they're a tough fighter. What are you fucking talking about? This person could barely get out of a rocking chair, man. On oxygen, fucking sugar levels are crazy, type 2 diabetic, and they're a tough fighter? I just don't buy any of this bullshit. Fucking dragon's milk, that's it. Yeah, that's it, man. Shit, no, that's the last thing I want to fuck with is all those appointments and bullshit. I can't believe I lived this long. I'd never do that. I mean, maybe I would do it, but I've thought about this a lot. And, you know, it's different making it this far and then being young and not knowing shit. What do I got, like 15 years in the perfect circumstances? I'm gonna just party all night long for the rest of 15. I told you, I'm already seriously thinking about in this next summer, spring, just fucking getting rid of my phone, internet, everything. Fuck it. Just read books. I'll be giving up Pornhub, but I could handle that. And just read books and lift weights, sleep in. Not be a slave to anything, not even like. But yeah, keep moving. Yeah, but I think that, you know, I find myself reading those bullshit stories, you know, about all these, you know, the media creates a lot of this bullshit. I think a lot of it's just in the cards. Just how like doors open and shut, that this hard work and discipline, all this stuff's a bunch of shit. I mean, you'll find some woman that was like a real living copy of Mother Teresa, did everything right, was a good wife, raised great kids, her neighbors loved her. just a remarkable person that'll get some weird kind of cancer and suffer for a year and then die. And then you'll meet some fucking bimbo, conniving, shoplifting fucking bitch with the tightest pussy east of the Mississippi that'll marry some rich guy that had anything but that. And she'll live a life of leisure like Leona Helmsley did until she's 90 fucking years old and never dusted a fucking table once. And there's lots of injustices in this world. Yeah, that's how I've been. I mean, there's plenty, life's not fair. And that's why when you go to the self-help section of a bookstore, it's all this shit. Get a harder dick, get bigger tits, have more money, chart your own course. It's all this bullshit that's fucking unattainable for most people because of the way the cards, the genetics got laid out. So of course you want to buy a book for $25 when your life hadn't been going that great for the last 10 years. I mean, they trick you into these bullshit stories. Yeah, Kardashians, exactly right. Yeah. Yep. I mean, what the fuck would any of them been doing without that crazy shit that's happened to them? Yeah, Paris Hilton. You know? Miley Cyrus. I could go on and on. Yeah, I just think it's shit luck, man. You know, it's in the cards. Look at my sister. Fucking crazier than hell. First female owner of McDonald's franchises. Ends up having this fucking asshole as a kid. You talk about an argument for abortion. Ruins her fucking life. Ruins his kid's life. Gets them thrown out of McDonald's. She ends up getting her, in the small town she lived in, ends up getting her house foreclosed on. He puts her in an old folks home and dies in June flat broke. You're not going to see that fucking story on TV. You know why? Because it's too real. And even though it might not be identical, you're going to know of incidents where, you know, just good people got fucked. And then if you're really smart, you come out with a good book about why bad things happen to good people. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll read that one. Yeah, I think it's because it's marketing, you know. I think it's, you know, like shit luck. You know? And anybody that I know with, like, great money, big money, these fuckers are the laziest son of a bitches you ever met in your life. They got lucky. Yeah, you get somebody working fucking 2 jobs at fast food restaurants for 40 fucking years, they never get over the hump. It's just, I can't explain it. I don't know. No, that's exactly right. Yeah, I mean, how can one book work for everybody? Yeah, Oprah Winfrey. Yeah, Oprah Winfrey, you talk about fucking lucky. Yeah, just a charmed life. You know, how do you explain? How could you? Nobody will ever do what Oprah Winfrey did again. That happens that's like, you know, these aliens landing in this place. Yeah, social media. That's exactly right. Yep. Yeah, you got it, man. Yeah. Social media. Yeah, it's crazy. I got to do a lot of infrared photography today. I haven't done that in a while. You know, it's been so long since I used my cameras, my 35mm cameras. I don't even have the card readers for them. They must be up in Michigan in a box. What are you talking about, Brooke? And these towns out here, like the whole way here, like 600 something miles, it's just little bullshit abandoned towns, just like it is in the state you live in. Half the businesses are out of business. Main Street's a disaster. This place has actually happened a little bit. I'd love to know how much of this is because of this alien bullshit. I suspect a lot. Life coaches. What a bunch of bullshit. Yeah, well, it's really happening here. You got 24-hour hamburger place. Anybody ever eat a Whataburger? I almost went over there and got something to eat, but I'm suspicious of a place open in 24 hours, especially in this day and age. They got a Denny's here. I mean, this is a happening town. I think the population's only 40,000. Yeah, I'm in Roswell, New Mexico. I got fucked at my hotel room tonight too. This lady told me that on 3-day weekends that people drive from all over to go look at this spaceship bullshit. Yeah, you're right, Timothy. Yeah, it's true. Oh, okay. But so far today was a good day. I mean, it's a happening town. They're probably all right at this Mexican place right here. It's probably the best Mexican restaurant I've ever eaten at. Great everything. Waitress, ambiance, chips, salsa, entree, margaritas, and reasonable. You know, they really fuck you on gas in Arizona, at least eastern Arizona. It was 4.25 all over the place today. No, she's a sweetheart. She said she's been working there about 6 months. They had like 10 Spanish waitresses, Mexican waitresses that looked like they'd be Miss America. Oh wow, $3.99. Hey, Frederick. No, I don't think she does. She hangs around with Marty more than she hangs around with me. She does. Yeah, I think there's some. I'll tell you where there's good old school diners in New York City and New Jersey. You can get rainbow trout at 4 in the morning, never frozen. Yeah, Chicago too. That's true. Yeah. There's a place right down the street from me where I live. I'm trying to think of the name of that. It was a good Greek-owned all-night diner. Yeah, and the suburbs have them too. I mean, you know, you order an entree and you get like a kick-ass dinner salad with a bunch of stuff in it. Not just a little bit of iceberg lettuce and 2 pieces of carrot and some shitty dressing. This place kind of reminds me of old days. You know, people out, you know, 24-hour hamburger place. I mean, shit. I haven't, even where I live, you can forget that. And everywhere where I've been, it's all closing at 8 and 9. Yeah, wedge salad. Yeah, wedge salad's good if it's done right. That little kid over there running. She's supposed to be holding that kid's hand. You know, that neighborhood I lived in Chicago, I bet 90% of the good restaurants went out of business since I left there, which is like 12 years ago. It's crazy. Tell you, those barracudas, those challengers sound nice. No, I didn't go there. I used to eat at a Mexican place, though. Like, you get off at Cicero and go south off the expressway. It was down on the left, next to a McDonald's. It's good Mexican food. Remember Betty Maltese? I had a good friend there that was a parish priest in Cicero for 9 years. Yeah, Bill Knapp's were great. Yeah, they were Michigan based. The beginning and the end on that was the salmonella and salad bar. That was the beginning of the end. Remember, you could get a free dinner on your birthday, and you could get different sized shrimp and au gratin potatoes. Oh, cool. Oh, okay. Yeah, they'll be very familiar with Betty Maltese. Yeah, Greektown was good in Chicago. It's went to shit in Detroit. That Greek food I get at that Turkish restaurant in Augusta is excellent, really good. They only have like 10 things, entrees, and they're like superb, all of them. No, those are top notch. I've only had homemade gyros 2 places. One was at the Parthenon in Ann Arbor, and the other one was at the Golden Fleece. And the Parthenon in Ann Arbor was sold for the liquor license. The Golden Fleece changed management. It just sucks. They changed owners, not management. Those are the only 2 places my whole life. And then I end up going to Georgia, of all places, and get that kick-ass gyros, hummus, everything. Oh, that's cool, Jamo. Yeah, I used to go down there and get broiled lamb. Awesome. Cheetos. I didn't know they had Bill Knapp's in down around you, Christine. Cheetos are good. Yeah, those gyros are excellent.
That's cool.
Well, you guys, I think I'm going to go brush my teeth and go to bed. You know, I thought I was catching up my sleep better, but I still wake up and get up, and I'm still kind of tired. And today, I think I still drove about 500 or 600 miles. You know, it's high. I don't know what's in it with that wine. I'm not complaining. I'm having a great time. I don't need to be on my A game, but you know, I'm losing my hotel key and fucking triple checking that I'm not leaving my chargers in the wall when I leave. You know, you do stupid shit when you're fatigued. Good night, Alethea. Good night, Blue. Christine, you have a good night. You don't have to watch those videos, of course. I upload them really. I want people to see them. The drive here was fantastic. All right, thanks a lot. Night, Christine. JMO. You party on. Anybody else I missed? Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I'm going to go check out that coffee shop down the street. All right, Frisky. See you, Lakota. Party on.